The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Good morning and welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson with my co-host Dick Girardi. Very pleased to be with you here on the 3rd floor at Parks Racing. And we have our masks off. We've all been vaccinated and we're here safely and able to be close to one another again with our masks off, and you can see our great smiles. We have a great post-Preakness show. On today's show, we're going to talk about the 146th Preakness Stakes, the second jewel in the Triple Crown, and we'll see if the Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit can win and vindicate himself. He did pass all of his pre-race testing, or if a new shooter, a fresh horse coming in, can get the victory. Also, Parks was well represented. The undefeated Pennsylvania-bred Chub Wagon goes for her 6th win in a row. She's going to run in the Run Happy Skip At Stakes for trainer Lupe Preciado. And Friday was all about the ladies. We'll take a closer look at the Black Eyed Susan Stakes, with Best Gift holding the favorite spot for trainer Bob Baffert and Johnny Velasquez. Welcome, Dick. It's great to see your beautiful face.
Absolutely, Dan. It's great to see your face finally on this show, because the entire time you've been host of this show, you've had a mask on or whatever. It's been crazy. So, yeah, welcome back to all of us. It's been nice. And by the way, I hope you were paying very close attention to the picks that we gave out last week, because if you did, you were supposed to have the exacta.
You absolutely were. But before we get to all the Preakness action, we're going to get to some local racing here at Parks. Had some fabulous racing Monday. It was our 10th race, an allowance race for Pennsylvania breds. For the $35,000 purse, they went 7 furlongs with a field of 8. 2 post-time favorites, the number 4 Gebert 2-1 and co-favorite Prince of Rain also at 2-1, the number 6.
Yeah, 2 really solid horses. Gebert 6 for 23 lifetime for Bobby Mosco, turned out to be a really good claim. And yeah, just one of these really solid, cool fields that we love here at the track most of all.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to the call of the race.
They reach the top of the stretch. Gebert and Chrisitude, they continue to duke it out up front. Prince of Rain is coming after these leaders, but Gebert has kicked a little bit. Get Set has got a lot of momentum down the center of the racetrack. Inside the final 8th, Gebert is still fending him off, approaching the 16th. Get Set is getting closer. Gebert, Get Set, Prince of Rain between them. Gebert is so game. Gebert to the line. Gebert gets the win.
Well, Gebert took him gate to wire. A fabulous finish by him, and Sylvester Gonzalez gave him just a perfect ride, sitting off and then just finishing strong at the end.
You know, Danny, this horse looked beat so many different times. You're waiting for all the field to come and get him, and I know Chris in his call is saying, you know, they're coming. Boy, Gebert just dug in. Really just super impressive win. And love horses that are able to duel at the beginning and then hold off the horses at the finish.
And it was a chalk race. It finished just like the odds kind of predicted that they would, you know, running 4.62, but still just a fabulous, very competitive race. Well, let's get to some Preakness. It was a fabulous race, very competitive. What do you think? I mean, Medina Spirit, he came in as the favorite, as he should, Kentucky Derby winner.
It was a crazy week, Danny. I mean, it was all about the positive test for Bob Baffert for the betamethasone. We spent some time talking about it last week, and there's still so many unknowns, even after the fact, and there were people, well, that's the reason the horse won, and other people, well, that isn't why he won. It was interesting. He wasn't the favorite until very late in the betting, and then a huge money came in at the end, and he ended up going off at 2-1. But the track was very much rail speed favoring Friday and Saturday, so it really looked like a pretty good setup on paper for Medina Spirit.
Definitely Medina Spirit taking our favorite. And Midnight Bourbon, lots of talk about him with Jockey change to Irad Ortiz, and he take our second choice, 3-1. I mean, Steve Asmussen just said that he did not show his best self in the Kentucky Derby, and they were expecting a very big race in the Preakness.
Yeah, I thought put a line through that race. There was just no chance the horse had in the Derby after the break, and certainly was going to be in the race the whole time. I had no doubt the horse was going to run a lot better. I was a little surprised at the price, the fact that he got bet the whole way, but maybe I shouldn't be. Irad these days, doesn't matter who he's riding, he gets bet.
Absolutely. We were both there, and Steve Asmussen handled his horse the whole time, true horseman he is, and Midnight Bourbon can be a bit of a handful. He did actually lead him over to the paddock during the saddling, so it'd be very interesting to see how he runs. Well, let's get to the call. We have Dave Rodman with the call of the 146th Preakness Stakes.
And they're off in the Preakness. A bit slow to go is Keep Me in Mind, otherwise a good break for them all. And there goes Medina Spirit, and John Velasquez puts Medina Spirit right on the lead. And Midnight Bourbon right there alongside, and Concert Tour deep from the outside in third position, and No Hurry Early. And they're followed down inside by Crowded Trade, who's saving ground of that first turn run. And Francisco de Ina is keyed up in between horses, only about 3 lengths from the lead as they roll round that first turn. Here's Ram racing on the inside, Rombauer between horses as they round that turn, and Risk Taking will be 3 wide and No Hurry Either. And they're followed by Keep Me in Mind, second last position. Unbridled Honor is 10th and last as they move past the 6 furlong mark. The opening quarter was 23.77. A well-relaxed Medina Spirit out there, half length in front from second Midnight Bourbon. Francisco de Ina is making a bid now and has room in between horses, one off the fence. Francisco de Ina is going to try to test Medina Spirit at this point. And Midnight Bourbon is keeping up on the outside in third. Rombauer is between horses, and Concert Tour is on the outside, only 4 lengths from the front running Medina Spirit around the far turn. Under pressure there is Crowded Trade, as on the outside Risk Taking has to pick up as well, followed by Ram, and then it's back to Keep Me in Mind and Unbridled Honor. The 6 furlongs a minute 10.97, and so with 2.5 furlongs left to go, Midnight Bourbon on the outside to Medina Spirit. Midnight Bourbon, Medina Spirit is fighting back on the inside. They're shoulder to shoulder, and on the outside Rombauer is ready to roll too. 3 chances, furlong and a half left to go, and here comes Rombauer on the outside. Rombauer's gone by Midnight Bourbon. Medina Spirit's back in third and fading. A 16th of a mile left to go. Rombauer and Flavian Pratt, they're rolling home. Rombauer to win by 3.
Well, one word, Rombauer. Fabulous, just rolling past Medina Spirit and Midnight Bourbon. I mean, honestly, it played out just like I thought it was going to, and I was very happy with my betting.
How about 2 words? Danny Gibson called it cold on this show last week. We gave you out the exact. I gave Midnight Bourbon. Danny gave Rombauer, and they were just dominant. Look, Rombauer was great. I've known Michael McCarthy for quite a while. In fact, go on letsgoracingparks.com. I wrote a story about it. This is a fascinating backstory. Back in 2014, I'm at a restaurant in Louisville, get a call from my buddy Mark Reed, says, hey, Bill Warren, one of his owners, is looking for a trainer on the West Coast. Jay Pribman for the Forum. I asked him, he's from the West Coast. He says, hey, there's this young guy, Todd Pletcher's assistant, Michael McCarthy. I think he's going to be good. He just needs some good horses. So Mark, they ended up giving him City of Light, who of course won the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, and then the Pegasus, and little by little Michael has built up his stable. This is his first Triple Crown starter. It will not be his last. He's really good, and kudos to him. This horse ran phenomenal, deserving winner. He was great.
Very happy for the owners and the breeders, and here's more from the winning connections.
I had a great trip. We broke well. Never intend to rush him, and naturally down the backside he was traveling well and was passing horses one by one, so I was pretty confident going to a 3-8 pour, and then as you said I was behind the 2 some of the favorite in the race, and I was traveling well. I thought, well, maybe if he switched lead and give me a good kick, I might be able to run them down.
2 horses on the lead obviously carried each other through the quarter pole. When we wheeled out coming to the 3/16 pole and head of the lane, I started to get excited. Watching live, going back to the Jumbotron, when he hit the front, I don't think I said a word. I certainly didn't root, at least I don't think I did. Just kind of watched the horse in a rhythm, him and Flavien. Stunned is pretty, stunned, not totally surprised, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense.
John, what are your thoughts on running in the Belmont?
Well, I think we'll have to see how he's doing after this race. That was the intent. I mean, all along, I actually thought that was our best chance of a race to win was actually the Belmont, because I think he's going to like the distance. But, now that we've won this one, it kind of takes the pressure off to do that. And, that race is only 3 weeks out, and, the spacing isn't superb to go into a 1.5-mile race with just 3 weeks of rest.
Well, and just so happy for the Fratkins in breeding Rombauer and trainer Michael McCarthy. You could just feel the true emotion there. What a fabulous Preakness it was. We're going to have more from Pimlico on Preakness Stakes Day when we come back on Let's Go Racing.
Chub Wagon chugging along, and now Chub Wagon's rest of the lead.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable. New to Pennsylvania, Tappett's most precocious son in the Mid-Atlantic, Tight 10, a brilliant graded 2-year-old and a 3/4 brother to the red-hot sire Constitution. Twice graded placed at 2, Tight 10 won his debut for fun, sired by America's 7-time leading sire Tappet, whose other sons include leading stallions Constitution, Frosted, Tapiture, Tapizar, the sire of the great Monomoy Girl. Tight 10 entered stud in 2021 at the introductory fee of $2,500 live foal. Jump on the Tappet train by booking your best mares to Tight 10 today.
Welcome back to our national coverage. It's brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem is not on the back of your car or truck, well, you simply did pay too much. And let's keep going with Preakness Day. We had amazing stakes down at Pimlico in Baltimore, Maryland. And our girl Chub Wagon makes her debut in the Skip-At Stakes, $100,000 for fillies and mare going 6 furlongs. And she is our post-time favorite at 6-5 for trainer Lupe Preciado.
Right, so she won at Aqueduct with Irad Ortiz. Now, of course, we watched her here just crush the PA Breds in the Unique Bello back on the 27th of April. This is a little different race, a little better field, open stake, speed to her outside. She had some questions to answer in this one, but boy, was she good coming into this race.
She absolutely was. Our second choice favorite is Casual, the number 2 horse for trainer Steve Asmussen, and he teams up with regular rider Ricardo Santana Jr.
Right, and this was a recent private purchase by 10 Strike and some partners, first time with Brad Cox, and has some really good numbers. The issue I saw with this mare was the outside was just not the place to be. Horses were just not sweeping and moving, so she was kind of running against the bend of the track.
Absolutely. Let's get to the call, the Skip-At Stakes.
Don't Let Sweet Fool Ya leads the way into the far turn, a length and a half from French Empire, just second. Chub Wagon well settled out of the inside in third. Never enough time. Then back to Club Car. Call on Mischief on the outside, trying to advance about 5 off the pace, and Casual trailing the field. The opening quarter mile in 22.87. A quarter to go at Pimlico. Don't Let Sweet Fool Ya clicked off a half in 46.05. Heads for home with Chub Wagon taking aim on the outside. Chub Wagon chugging along, and now Chub Wagon's rest of the lead from Don't Let Sweet Fool Ya. Club Car is moved into third, trying to move to second, and here is Chub Wagon. Chub Wagon 3 in front. Club Car trying to close the gap far outside Casual. Chub Wagon does it again.
Chub Wagon and Irad Ortiz, boy, get it done and show just another dimension. So thrilled for trainer Lupe Preciado and owner Danny Lopez and George Chestnut, who were there, and I was happy enough to get in the winner's circle with them.
That was so impressive, Danny. When she got outrun, I was thinking, now what's going to happen? Irad never panicked. Man, when she came with that run, she just blew the field away. Who knows how good she is? I mean, this is 6 for 6 by a combined 34 lengths. I mean, she's just dominating, and boy, I wish the Club Car had held on for second. That would have made my day, but nevertheless, great for Lupe, great for the connections. Another Parks horse scores at a big stakes race out of town.
They weren't giving her a lot of love on TV as she was a Pennsylvania bred, but I bet you sure that talk will change now. Go Chub Wagon. We're going to stay with the girls. Fillies 3-year-olds for the Black Eyed Susan Stakes that ran Friday. Grade 2, a mile and an eighth, and our favorite is trainer Bob Baffert sends out Beautiful Gift, the number 10 horse, with Johnny Velasquez.
Yeah, and her issue was similar to what I was just talking about, Danny. On Friday especially, the rail was really good. If you weren't near the rail, you were having problems. Yeah, this horse got bet like this. It was a regular racetrack, and it really wasn't. So Baffert the favorite, but I wasn't so sure about this horse.
Well, another name takes co-favorite Brad Cox, who we're very familiar with the venturing Florent Giroux, his regular rider, and they're the number 9 post.
Yeah, and she really had the same issue. She had this similar running style. She's going to try to close outside. I just don't know if that was the way to go on Friday, or what. In fact, it was not the way to go on Friday.
Let's take a look at the running of the Black-Eyed Susan Stakes.
It's Lady Traveler setting that tempo. Lady Traveler up top with Javier Castellano leads a length and a half from Adventuring in second, and Beautiful Gift with a clear trip on the outside in third, and Willful Woman parked at the rail racing in fourth. Then it is Spritz S for a little more run there from fifth. Ice Latte. Army Wife is still on the inside there. Army Wife now asked to go on, is now within 3 lengths of lead, and she's moving forward. Army Wife with a bid into the far turn run. She maybe had to steady there just a tad as they round the far turn to Army Wife. In the meantime, Lady Traveler 3 furlongs out after half and 46.71 leading the way. Lady Traveler still the one to catch. She's in front a length and a half. Army Wife is in second. The outside is Beautiful Gift lingering along in third position. A driving Ice Latte is next. From the back of the pack, Forever Boss with a wide run. She's coming widest of them all. Willful Woman is coming off the rail as well. And now here is Army Wife, who's taken the lead. Army Wife battling now to the inside is Lady Traveler, and third is Willful Woman. They're inside the final furlong. Army Wife and Joel Rosario with big strides, and they're opening up now. Opening up 3, opening up 4. Army Wife for Three Diamonds Farm.
An Army Wife, the #1 post for trainer Mike Maker, who just had an unbelievable day with jockey Joel Rosario. Wow, she was extremely brave on the inside and had to wait for running room, but she sure did get there.
Yeah, she did. And Mike had a good Friday and an even better Saturday. He just had an incredible weekend. Yeah, Army Wife was third behind Search Results, who ran so well in the Kentucky Oaks. And boy, as you said, she was really good as the trainer. Just whatever he sent out over the weekend was live.
Not much from our favorites, as Willful Woman took the second place for 13-1, so a great betting race.
Yeah, the rail, again, was the place to be. If you weren't near it, you weren't winning on Friday.
It's time to head to our next break. When we come back, we're going to have our jockey and trainer of the week. We'll see you after this break.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back. Our jockey and trainer of the week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our very proud racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. And we'd like to tell you a little bit about our upcoming Turning for Home Day. That'll be June 22nd. And we'd love to thank our head sponsors, Uptown Charlie Brown Stud and Diamond B. Again, they've been with us through the beginning. We're going to have a great raffle of a Fleet Alex memorabilia. Here's a little more on that. We want to show you an up-close look at some amazing items we're going to be raffling off this Turning for Home Day, June 22nd, right here at Parks Racing. We have an amazing Fleet Alex memorabilia package. $10 a ticket, includes his stud halter that he wore, this beautiful stud halter, brass nameplate with a Fleet Alex. A Fleet Alex did win our 2004 Preakness and 2004 Belmont Stakes. Jockey Jeremy Rose rode him to victory, and we have an autographed bobblehead of Jeremy Rose, autographed visor of the trainer Tim Ritchie and jockey Jeremy Rose, and also an awesome embroidered hat with a Fleet Alex, jockey Jeremy Rose, and trainer Tim Ritchie. All the proceeds are going to benefit our horses here at Turning for Home. And here's how you get a ticket. We're also going to have a second drawing. If you don't win the first package, you have another chance to win a bobblehead and a visor. Here's how you get a ticket. Here's how you can get your $10 ticket. Turning for Home Day is just a great day celebrating and showcasing our retired racehorses. We absolutely could not do this without our great network, and obviously want to thank Mr. Belezzi, our executive director of the PTHA, our partner farms, our adopters, and our owners and trainers for trusting us with rehoming their beloved horses. Dick, you've been here since Turning for Home started back in 2008.
Yep. Yeah.
What can you say about that time?
Look, it was Mike's idea. It was a great idea. It's become the model for every racetrack in America on how to do it. Parks and certainly the PTHA have gotten behind it. Danielle Montgomery, who's the program coordinator, it's just a great deal. More than 3,200 horses now have been retired off this racetrack, and I think any racetrack in the country that wants to see how it's done, just come here to Parks.
Absolutely, and this raffle is a great way for you guys to get involved. $10 a ticket. We're going to have 2 different drawings. You can win the great first prize, and then there's an also awesome second prize. So great way for everyone getting involved and support these awesome horses here at Parks Racing. And let's get into our Jockey of the Week. Our jockey is Dexter Haddock. Phenomenal week for him. He had a 3-win day Monday, and that's no easy feat for a rider. And he's just an extremely strong rider.
Yeah, I like Dexter. He's always cool. He's not at the very top of the list, but he's as good a rider as there is at it.
And he has a fun nickname, the Black Panther, as his agent affectionately calls him. He even has it down his jockey pants, so go Black Panther. And our trainer of the week is Robert Moscow Bobby. Just a great competitive barn. We saw he won our local race of the week with G-Bert, and he's been rolling.
Yeah, Bobby was the B-class trainer of the year in 2020, and he's continuing here at 2021.
Absolutely. Well, it's time to head into some race recap brought to you by the Pewter Stable. Check them out at pewterstable.com. A great partnership, a great way to become an owner in this awesome industry. Check them out. Well, we have to start with Jamie Ness, our leading trainer, and boy, he was running in the Sir Barton, going up against a Baffert favorite.
Yeah, it was a field of 5 in here, and Jamie's the one, the King Cheek, and Hosier for Bob Baffert, the 3-5 favorite, comes up the rail, and you figure, well, that's it. The rail's live, it's Baffert, he's 3-5. But here's the King Cheek running around 2 turns for the first time, and they're just going to battle all the way. Is the King Cheek really going to nod it? Yes, he's going to beat the 3-5 favorite. You know, I mean, Baffert's been winning races everywhere for years, but Jamie Ness is the hottest guy on the planet for like a year now, and he proved it down at Pimlico on Saturday.
Absolutely, and the jockey saddle slipped completely back. Jamie Rodriguez was not even riding in a comfortable spot. He did it with the saddle slip, and just that had to be a great moment in his young career, dueling with Joel Rosario down the stretch.
Absolutely.
You know that put a smile on his face.
Yeah, and you don't beat Joel or Baffert very often in that spot. They did both, so it was great.
Absolutely. Let's take a closer look at the Dinner Party Stakes. It was the big feature right before our Preakness, 1 mile and 16th on the turf, and with Some Like It Brown just took advantage of a great trip.
Yeah, this is another Mike Maker. I mean, as we said over the weekend, he was just on fire. Another grade 2 win, sits second the whole time. This horse got pounded. Danny, 6 horses were in the gate. This horse was 4-1. Went off at 5-2. That's the kind of money that came in late. Some Like It Hot Brown's going to win by a leg at the wire.
Jose Ortiz just pumped up at the wire, as he should be. That was a phenomenal trip. And that is some horse. He's took that owner's. He's never really won a big one. Today he did, but over $800,000 in earnings. That is just a horse of a lifetime. Well, the Pimlico Special, a very famous race, a grade 3, 1 mile and 3/16. And you know, we had some park shooters in there too, but no big shock. Last Judgment, Mike Maker, you know, and Jose Ortiz winning.
Yeah, loose in the lead, as we said, Mike Maker. This was Friday, Black Eyed Susan Day. Just, you can't deal with him. I mean, the guy was just on a roll. And Jose, as you said. And the Pimlico Special goes way, way back. This is the race Seabiscuit won in the famous match race. They brought it back in late 1987. It's been a fixture at Pimlico on Preakness weekend here for quite a while.
Like we said, great day for Mike Maker, and teams up with jockey Jose Ortiz for another great win. It's time for Ion Racing. Well, lots of great racing around the country. Churchill Downs has their grade 3 winning Colors Stakes, and the Curtana Stakes in on the turf, both for the fillies and mares. Belmont has their Seek Again Stakes. That's on the turf, so lots of grass racing back in action. And Santa Anita has the grade 3 Honeymoon Stakes on the turf, and their grade 2 Santa Maria Stakes. So lots of turf action this weekend.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. Look, it's not like Derby weekend or Preakness weekend, but we only get them once a year. And the Belmont's coming up in 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head to our final break. When we come back on Let's Go Racing, we'll have news and notes. We'll be back in a flash. If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
New to Pennsylvania, Tappett's most precocious son in the Mid-Atlantic, Tight 10, a brilliant graded 2-year-old and a 3/4 brother to the red-hot sire Constitution. Twice graded placed at 2, Tight 10 won his debut for fun, sired by America's 7-time leading sire Tappet, whose other sons include leading stallions Constitution, Frosted, Tappature, Tapazar, the sire of the great Monomoy girl. Tight 10 entered stud in 2021 at the introductory fee of $2,500 live foal. Jump on the Tappet train by booking your best mares to Tight 10 today.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. News and Notes is brought to you by our Granny Fund. The Granny Fund providing funding for continuing education as well as books for college for our wonderful backstretch community. And some big news out of NYRA. NYRA manages the track Saratoga, Aqueduct, and Belmont. They're banning Baffert temporarily on taking entries and running there.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly what the thinking was here. I mean, I got a general idea what it was. They banned him from stabling there. Well, he doesn't stable there anyway.
No.
He wasn't going to run a horse in the Belmont Stakes. This is most likely to affect a horse like Charlatan, who was going to run in the Met Mile, and they say it's a temporary ban pending what's going to happen in Kentucky. Frankly, we don't know exactly what's going to happen or when, so this could go on for a while. The big thing for Baffert, I think he can overcome this. The big issue for him, Danny, is what happens if Santa Anita does this?
Right.
That's his home track, and the Stronach people, they didn't do it at Pimlico, obviously. And what happens if some owners, now Spendthrift has already left, what happens if some owners say, well, wait a second, I got a horse that's ready to run at grade 1, you can't run him, you're not training him anymore. So we'll see how this plays out, but it was an interesting call, again, because we don't know the results of what's happening yet. But I think a lot of people in racing, Danny, they're just upset with all the negatives about the sport. And because, and again, I'm one of the due process people.
Exactly.
Let's let this play out. But they're upset because of the headlines. So they want to feel like they want to be proactive. So we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully it will be temporary, but to be determined.
Yeah, I would not want to be in Baffert's shoes. And what makes this a little bit different is sometimes if a trainer is banned, an assistant, horses can run in the assistant's name. Not in this case. They cannot be transferred to assistant Jimmy Barnes.
And that's good. I like that. Yeah, that's crazy when they do it with other trainers.
So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for sure.
Yeah, I think we'll know more, obviously, when Churchill and the Kentucky Racing Commission has their hearing after the second test comes back, which we suspect will be positive. They'll try to mitigate it. Baffert's lawyers are being there arguing. We'll see how it all plays out. My guess, again, is they're going to DQ him from the Derby. I don't think he's going to be the Derby winner when this is all over.
And back to the Preakness, I know you have more on that, but Rumbauer winning.
Yeah, it's great.
Medina Spirit couldn't. If he lost, they were going to say something. If he won, they were going to say something. So the right horse definitely won. And what a fabulous day they had down at Pimlico.
Absolutely. The best horse won. Look, Medina Spirit ran fine. I mean, he just wasn't as good as he was in the Derby. He got hounded a little bit, unlike the Derby where he was loose in the lead. So he ran third. It wasn't like he was terrible, but on Friday, a record handle for the Black-Eyed Susan Day. On Saturday, a record handle for Preakness Day. And that's with only 10,000 fans. Danny, you were there for your first time. There's usually 100,000. So just huge betting everywhere. And congratulations to our good friend, Let's Go Racing alum Trish Bowman, the stakes coordinator, her first run down at Pimlico, and she had a record Friday and a record Saturday. So congratulations to Trish.
Great for her. Well, it's time for me and Dick to wrap it up. Come hang and join with us at the track. Parks races Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with post time 12:55. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.